Yes, good afternoon, our viewers. Welcome to the Hot Tech. The Tech, with me here, I have Miss Hudson. We do this every Tuesday. Today we have a lot to unpack. We'll start with the UPL format. We don't know whether it's a dead end, but it's like FUFA is really proceeding with its mandate following the circular. A lot that has happened in the past 2 weeks. We saw the first meeting, the second meeting that came in with different changes. But yet again, we saw three clubs not agreeing. But FUFA again this week came out and was rolling out all these procedures, all these new nonsense that they're bringing in the league. Your general view over this, I want to understand and get from your general view over this and what you're hearing from the corridors.
I would say one thing. FUFA isn't ready with this new format to start the league because every day they bring something new into that format. Something new comes up. They started with two clubs that got relegated. Then the other club will play the playoff format with another club in big league. Then they fuck it off. They said two clubs got relegated and four clubs will come up.
Mm.
Yeah, as the still there, we need to know about the player bonuses, the local bonuses. They are put there also as well this week.
Mm.
Meaning, they didn't consult people. In brief, they didn't consult people about this format. Yet they say they consulted. But yesterday, so they had the meeting with the referees and other officials of football at Mengo, meaning they didn't make enough consultation about this new format. They are rushing it, and just we have only 10 days or 9 days left for the league to kick off. Anyway, remember this new format, and guess what? The third round that they omitted, I think second round or third round, that omitted, I think from seven to 10.
Mm.
Actually, it is the third round that omitted that those teams didn't have the games to play. Now, guess what? They brought in the third round. They brought them into the city to play these games. And I was talking to one of the officials today, but now, if I'm number 8, 9, 10, or 11, will I be playing CS football or just playing football for fun? Because I know I'm not relegated, what am I doing? I'm just playing for fun. What next? We shall see a lot of uh,
Even the top
things of the
scorers,
bike.
even the top scorers,
Uh-huh.
how are we going to aggregate all these goals until the end of the season if points in the first round are not included in the second round?
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
In
there's
the
a lot
second
that
round.
was happening there. For me, I wanted to unpack something. I was really following how really FUFA was communicating and rolling out this circular. The first circular,
Yeah.
the one they brought in with these new changes in the league, they should have sat in a FUFA executive meeting. It's called a FUFA executive meeting, which comprises of 8 delegates from all these regions, four vice chairpersons, including the vice chairperson, the vice president of UPL, the one who's supposed to represent UPL. But after that executive meeting, she did not come back and consult the same the same people that she's supposed to represent. She just didn't meet them. She came back defending the other side, and I saw it really, really, really wanting, especially from the person, the vice president, who's supposed to really front the interests of this league. There's a lot that still was really missing. They always talk about it being competitive. Do you find it like will it be competitive from your evaluation?
Uh, I don't know. I don't have to say it's not going to be competitive. It might be competitive due to the additions of the money being put by the federation.
Mm.
Then on top of that, they said if this new format doesn't work for them, they will go back to the old format. But my question always comes in: where have they gotten all this money? Where have they gotten this money? Just out of the blue, money
Yeah.
is being unveiled like this. Which was the which has been happening for how long? And they're saying this money isn't money given to them by the government, but it's money they've been saving. Really?
No,
And you
I don't
started to
buy
tell
it.
money like this, you don't know how much.
I don't
And
buy
they're
it.
saying this money gotten from the sponsors as well.
Which sponsors? You
Um,
get? The only sponsor that we know of is Start Times, out of which their money also they're left with 2 years in their contract. I think it's ending 2028. Yeah.
mm-hmm.
Eh? Where is this money coming from? And these issues of the match bonuses, I've never seen. Are they turning our league into a welfare league? Eh? I've never seen a federation
I've
paying
never
match
seen a
bonuses.
federation
Eh?
paying much
Match
money.
bonuses to the players. Yeah. And each time anyone
If you
comes
don't
from the
show the
federation,
sponsor that do that,
yeah. And
you
the more
always
they
see the
try to
sponsors
explain
doing
it,
that, and you always see it.
mm,
You always see the sponsors doing it, and you always see even
yeah.
the clubs themselves paying much bonuses to the players. One of the clubs I know which pays some good bonuses is Bull, because we all know Bull is one of the biggest payers when it comes to match bonuses, also salaries as well. Because their players get their money on time, they don't make noise about it. But now saying match bonus of 80K. Where is money coming
Where's the
from?
money coming from? You get? That's the issue. The,
Bro.
yeah. Chireka abantu okufunamu, especially a person like Lawrence Mulindwa, eh?
Mm-hmm.
Mandela, the people who put in money, they cannot really fall for that. These institutional teams, of course, they work on a budget. They're not competing. For me, at one point, I was like, teams like URA, they should really be really. I mean, you don't see the value. They just be there to make quorum, But in actual sense, they are really killing the real investors in the league in terms of these decisions. If you look at Mulindwa, look at Braham of NEC and Mandela, these are people who are putting in their money. They're not working on a budget. Uh, but
No.
anyway, from the way we are seeing their league, it seems the league is going to go on
Of course, it's
regardless.
going to go on,
Mm,
regardless of the three clubs saying because they're still consulting them, they're still having meetings with the three clubs. Now, Vipers has gone to South Africa to play the qualifiers of Champions League. Of course, NEC has a game here at Ham Stadium, Confederations Cup qualifiers. So they are busy. They're somehow busy. Of course, today we have the Super 8 finals. NEC up against SC Villa
mm,
at Kadiva at 7 p.m. Some interesting game to watch.
mm,
Though the Super 8 games, there's where they are facing them. Number 8, I don't know how they did this Super 8
mm,
games. At the end of the day, I was like, I can just watch football and I'm
mm.
kawa. Because if you're playing quarterfinals home and away,
Mm.
then semifinals you're playing one leg. What do you mean? Let it be also home and away.
It's too scientific. But anyway,
If they're playing the quarterfinals home and away.
mm,
Then from there, semifinals they're playing one leg. I'm like, this is confusing, guys.
mm.
Uh,
So this
but
is
anyway, that's football in Uganda.
just let me run through the new changes they brought in. The man of the match will be chosen by a panel. Round one will have 120 matches. That means each match of 100,000 each. That is for man of the match. Round two has 112 matches. Round three has 66 matches with 500 each.
That's just something.
I see bonuses there and winning bonus of 80,000 each. There we see money coming in, that money that's supposed to be really pumped in by the club, the club proprietor, the people investing in the club. But FUFA is coming. It's like it wants to run the league, sponsor the league, run the league, do all that. Yeah. So anyway, we move on. To as you mentioned, you talked about the first Super 8. I want to put focus on KCCA. KCCA has really been, your team has really been on the slack this week. First of all, with their comment on the FUFA, on the new league format, we heard that it was an AI generated letter. The fans are really up in arms with the administrators. Players are leaving the camp. They haven't really performed very well in the last 6 seasons, let's say. I mean, even in the tournaments like FUFA, Super 8, they cannot compete for it. Some are saying it was a wrong decision to bring in Senyondo. and also putting him there and Mugerwa. There's a lot that's happening at KCCA. Give me your perspective. You a fan?
Truth be told, truth be told, the club is struggling. Now the fans are not siding with what the club decided on the new format. The fans are saying, why should I buy a season ticket when I'm not siding with this new format? It doesn't, for them, they're like, you consult us. Eh? The fans make the clubs, but don't consult us. You're doing your things at your own, like you're becoming dictators. That comes in. Struggling at the FUFA Super 8, I watched both games of the SC Villa games, both legs, and they're expecting SC Villa is way better than us as KCCA. We struggle a lot. And I wouldn't be surprised when you see the rest of Joe living in the club as well. There is no motivation at all lately into the club. How the players play is so different compared to how they used to play. Yeah, the kind of football they play is completely off compared to how they used to play. Meaning there's no motivation, there's something lacking into the club, which, as the bosses, as the leaders of the club, they're supposed to sit down, ask the fans what's happening, talk to the players about what's happening.
The
They
stakeholders.
get the feedback and they make the stakeholders make better conclusions of this will be this at the club, you know. But in terms of their decisions, and now the new one made their own decision, the fans are like, you know what, tell you guys, now watch your football alone, enjoy your games, you know.
Absolutely.
So then the coaches have brought
Transfers.
in, if Vipers have done something and it has worked for them, don't copy and paste. You know, these are different people. Don't copy and paste.
I mean, they're good at
They
grooming
need to copy
players.
and
They groom their players, and Vipers
yeah.
just comes and takes them on a
Now
free.
Vipers, Fasuku Okero, now Usamara has gone. Mm-hmm. And men are going to like that.
Yeah.
Men are going to that's what I'm telling you. 7 days in the lab next season. If Vipers comes with a big offer, let them go. And I'll be like, okay, the kids don't have football, please. Because you're just vibes and jokes.
What do you make of the Osama Arafat transfer? Do you think KCCA should have really gone in hard with a better offer? Or the player had already made his. Yeah.
Not the player made up their mind. The Ghana players have one. As long as you give them a good partner, they play. We saw it with the guy with Vipers. I forget his name. Who was from Giants. I'm forgetting his name.
Waksojan.
He played Chan in the midfield.
Hey, you talk of Enoch.
Enoch, yes.
Yeah.
They were Enoch. They made clubs with Enoch. even got some money from the club as I don't fee.
Hey.
So when Vipers came with a good offer, it was like, you know what, I'll pay your money, it's here. I'm going to Vipers. I didn't sign with you, but I got my sign-on fee. So that happened. We saw it with even bigger. I think Lucy at URA, neck, and they what next? The other side is a player because of the good offer they gave him.
Even Ajo Emmanuel with Neck
So,
and Villa.
so if they had given Usama Arafat the good offer, you would have said at the club. But I think Okero was, you know what, Wajaku was sent to the
Jack was sent. Yeah.
Please, come, let man and come, you shine, what next? That's not it. You'll be playing good football, you'll be getting your bonuses on time, and everything is here. Yeah. Let them go.
Let me ask you this question. Do you still believe in the coaching duo of Senyondo and Mugerwa to take you all the way?
That was just pre-season. I'm waiting for them in the real league. The first 10 games of the season, I'll make my conclusion. I'm like, okay, this duo can work or it can't work. As of now, pre-season, I can't talk much about pre-season. Some players were rested, some players just came in to gain fitness, they need to be fit for the season. So let me wait for the season to kick off the first, let me say, 8 games of the season. That's what I make my conclusion. I'm like, this duo can work or it can't work. Yeah.
Well, absolutely. Thanks for that. Let's move on to the NBL playoffs. Um, One, I'll start with you. Your comment on Magic Stoma, shocking cases here. Then the semifinals, first games that happened yesterday. I'm sure you were at the MTN Arena. You saw what happened with Summit picking its first game one against City Oilers. What do you make of this series? You can throw in some little bit of
Now,
quarterfinals and what you saw. Mm.
the quarterfinals, the shocker was Magic Thomas shocking Kessel Leopards, and that led to the resignation of the Kessel Leopards coach, Roger Serunigo.
Mm.
He resigned yesterday.
Chocha, chocha, chocha.
Mzaji ajamia bandari ya mwezi.
There are some results that cannot really it cannot register well in a team that has not lost in a quarterfinal in a while.
Yabagambye Saturday mwezi December 30. But
Buzibuchi. Mm,
it is said
mm.
he was going to be fired, so he would actually have to resign
He
as
threw in the
a
towel
coach.
early.
I didn't tell him.
Mugezi. Eh,
Of course, they are going to see Jekyll up against CCU Lady Cannons. That's the semi-final of the league. Then Jesse up against Magic Thomas. That's for the lady side, which will start like I think like the end of September because now the Zion 3 going to take place, the lady Zion 3, and Nicolas Teresa and some girls are also going to for that. So that's why they put the the playoffs for the ladies on hold.
mm,
You finish up with this, then they come back. Then when it comes back and the players come back, we keep up with the ladies side.
mm.
For the men's side, of course, some members in basketball watched yesterday. The first game, BCU up against Namamo Blazers. I saw Ivan Moyes of City Oilers yesterday in fourth quarter
Mm.
being a problem
For the Blazers.
to BCU.
Yes.
Yeah, being a problem to BCU because he scored 14 points that game, like 3 points, one assist in that game. Uh, it was some interesting game we watched. Of course, Ivan Moyes was top scorer for Namamo Blazers, Joel Okocha had 12 points. Then because Antonad is the Nigerian and he's 10 points. He delivered so Kaida was in double figures, of course, 15 points and 11 rebounds. During that game, Evander Bliss was injured and he didn't finish the game. He didn't finish, was injured, of course, they knocked themselves with his teammates, so he didn't finish the game. But the game ended 6-8, 6-12. And among the others, that's the first game of the playoffs. Truth be told, people enjoyed basketball yesterday
Yeah.
because of the time they were leading by 15 and we saw a big comeback whereby you see led the team in the third quarter. You see some red. Then Lakers came back in fourth quarter with so different. Ivan Moyes becoming the beast. And I was like, oh, Ivan and Jimmy have become a problem now. This is going to be fire. But some interesting basketball been playing. Truth be told, everything was fun.
Mm.
Then the really big game of the night, highlight of the night,
Yeah.
was City Oilers up against Summit. Of course, the 10 champions came in as well, not
Favorite.
as big boys.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, favorite, but Summit told them one thing, we can't be favorites here. Uh, I'm balling, we are balling.
It's all open
And the game
season.
ended,
Yeah.
and the game ended 6-74. This is the playoffs. Of course, Kasaraki Tembo, of course, had his 15 points and 12 assists in that game. The first of the kind having 12 assists in one game. Makambo was, to me, the highlight of the night. He had 17 points, but it is the first breakfast of the way it was too late for them.
Mm.
Of course, Cheng had his 18 points of 15 rebounds as well. Of course, their biggest player, in that team, of course, I can't forget Nyembo. Nyembo, the Congolese guy, of course, having 18 points and he's such a good player because he was playing basketball, the high end.
Mm.
For Stockholm, of course, when you look at cards, he had 19 points. Jordan Bowie, Chad had 13 points.
Mm.
I had Ballard 11 points.
Mm.
But still, that couldn't make them win the game
Mm.
because Summit was on a different kind of level, different height. The basketball Summit played yesterday was more of team basketball compared to the basketball. You know, to get the ball, the pass is running, pass the ball, the pass is the basket. If you can't make a basket, pass the ball to the person who can make the basket and be
Some of those free.
picking up rebounds, not the great turnovers, but still the ability was on point. At the end of the day, the pace, the fast breaks, the team basketball managed some of that game. But game two is happening on Friday, so hope we see something solid from the Oilers.
Yeah,
But as it
they need
stands
it.
now,
Mm.
but stands now, when you look at some of the kind of basketball they play, they keep up like that, then they play the series. I would say
It's the best of one.
best of five. So whoever gets the 3 wins automatically makes it to the finals.
If Citolas drops this game again, they will be under tremendous pressure for the series.
Yeah, true.
They will be under tremendous pressure for the
Yeah.
series. Yeah. So anyway, you you run through the junior silverbacks, the under 16s, just a little bit. Then the big one that I want to ask you that you might close with is the road to Bal. You are one of the few critics on Twitter that you mentioned this early, and you threw in your fears, and your fears have been realized that you might end up having City Oilers representing Uganda in the BAL, and you mentioned it. You try to suggest the players to have different venues so that we can really patch up all these playoffs, so that we may be able to submit a winner, a championship winner for BAL. But as things look, the statement coming in from Joel Serunjoji, first he said he had communicated, and then he came back and said they did not respond, which I find it really ironic for a federation to communicate between a federation and they don't respond to emails. That one cannot happen. I've done that business before. W- Give me your overview of the road to BAL.
So
Mm.
starting
Mm.
starting with the under 16, the Silverback played the Afro Basket in Kigali, Rwanda, and of course, they were just the highest ever finish in Afro Basket we played before under 16. They beat Tunisia 65 to 50 overall in the Afro Basket, which is a plus for us. And with time we shall see a lot of talent coming from the young lads. Now the road to Bal. When the playoffs fixtures came out, my first question was so simple: who is representing Uganda at Bal? And I stated it. The deadline is in September, which was the 5th of September, to put in the teams going to compete at Bal. And before even the season kicked off, I told them, please, will there be enough time to get the winner who's going to go for Bal, because the season has kicked off late, and the venues, when you look at the fixtures, on a Sunday you have the Monday Night White Cup, like 2 3 venues, make sure that we start off there, because we have national teams which are going to compete, so there's no time. They didn't listen, they came so sharp. Now, this week, while appearing on press box, or then the press box, the federation president says they wrote a letter to what? To Bal, as an email they need to reply to them. And it here stated that the winner of last year, which is the Oilers, will go to Bal. And the winner of this year will go next year. It made them like, now, what, what if things change? but for Blazers, I told them one thing, and other teams.
Mm.
So made Blazers, then other teams. Play basketball, win your games,
Yeah.
let's wait what comes out.
Yeah.
Because it's stated it's on record. If he changes his mind, then we know what it is. If you are started like that, that's where we are. Then some people say, what was that by you to pick the regular season winner, which is among Blazers, to go for Bal instead of picking the last season winner? I told them one thing, these are bold decisions made. So, of the day, Teams didn't listen to me.
And we have City Oilers back. You predicted it. You shed your fears upon it, and your fears have been realized.
Mhm.
Exactly.
Properly.
Exactly. Yeah, so that's the road to Bal. We shall be having City Oilers represent yet Uganda yet again at Bal. It's supposed to be the champion of this year representing, but as you know, our league is still ongoing. We are still in the semi-finals of the playoffs. So, and they need to submit in their the champion to represent them for proper preparation, and also aligning sponsors, jerseys, and all that. And that's the reason why these things work on schedule. So that's a learning curve for FUBA and also the organizers of the league. First, tell me, this season as we were starting, the league was it. You mentioned something that the league was being organized by an independent body. Is FUBA really
Yeah.
the problem here, or it is the organizing body of the league?
Now the fixtures registration is done by FUFA. For these guys, I'm pretty sure they run the league, the venues are being gotten, the money is being paid on time. Yeah, because
The
there are things they don't want to get involved in.
referees.
Yeah, like for example, stars, like for example, the players, the referees are being paid on time because no one demands. No referees because they talk about the refs that our money is being paid on time. Went ahead and said they even saves over 60 mark this season alone, whereby those days when football, those days when football was
From the league
from,
organizing bill.
from yeah,
Okay.
yeah, football was just saying
Eh,
they don't have any single penny, there is no money. These guys say
they have saved.
we've saved more than 60 mark. Eh?
Oh my god. Okay.
Eh, you gotta respond.
Uh, uh, just to say. Yeah, but anyway, we come to that is it. Yeah. Let me run through the the let me run through the what we had this weekend boxing. Yesterday, we had some European Champions League returned. We saw people complaining about the Madrid penalty, Madrid winning against Marseille 2-1, a hard fought win. Then also the sporting event of the week, we had Canelo Alvarez versus Bud Crawford. Bud Crawford, who also came here to Uganda for some charity work. A lot of people did not know the gentleman was in the country, but these are some of the things he achieved. It was pure boxing science. Bud had some quick feet. This is the history made in the best four era. In the first is the first person to be undisputed in three weight classes, cementing him in the gold status in 140, 145 weight class, 160 weight class. This is pure history that was really uh, uh, unpacked by Crawford in Las Vegas against Canelo Alvarez. For us today, this is all we had for you today. We want to thank Miss Hudson for coming through, giving us an insight. This is the take. We do this every Tuesday. From us to you, Asante.